You know what? I'm turning out to love this 5 minutes talk that I get before I actually get to the real talk of the business. I've been doing this for now since I've been consistent now with the Football Connect. That every single time before actually starting the Football Connect or the show of the day, I tend to talk about some of the things that are happening in the world before we actually get to the show at hand. So today I'm talking about what I told you yesterday, people, and I'm still gonna say it again. Stop sleeping on Syria, man. Yesterday I was watching the game between Inter AC Milan versus Roma. Man, that was one of the best games I've ever watched. I remember watching it and I was like, what? This is really crazy, the attack, the way these guys were challenging themselves. You know, in Milan got a red card. Yeah, Milan got a red card. I think it was around the 70 minutes or 70 something minutes. They got a red card. I watched the Roma coming from left and right, trying to break down Milan, but the defense of Milan could not give in. Ibrahimovic got a penalty and scored a crazy free kick. So, in other words, what they just had to do was to hold on and just protect their goalkeeper. I'm telling you, the AC Milan goalkeeper had to be at his peak to keep out some of the shots he was getting, because some crazy firing shots he was getting from Roma were out of this world. And which just made things interesting because, like I told you, look at the table. It's still a joined top league with Napoli and Inter sharing the same amount of points, 31-31, and just more goals for Napoli rather than Inter. That's the only reason why they're on top right now. It was amazing to watch, man. I'm telling you, you should not be sleeping on Syria, man. You should not be sleeping on Syria. It's becoming something else, It's becoming something. I never thought this would be like that, but yeah, it's becoming something else. Elsewhere, I'm gonna move on to something that I think we need to talk about before I get into the show of the day, which is what is happening tomorrow. And somebody be asking, Sam, what's happening tomorrow? Oh, let me remind you, it is the Champions League, people. It is the Champions League. I did a show on, I think it was on Thursday last week. Yeah. Oh, Thursday. Oh, I think it was on Friday or Thursday. Just go check it out. I did a show where I was talking about Atletico Madrid going back to Anfield, playing against Liverpool again. It's like deja vu, but this time we got a point at their own home ground. We got 3 points. To let me just rephrase that. We got 3 points from them, so you might want to go check that video up because that's where my predictions are. What I'm actually here to do is just to remind the world of the games that are going to be played and what's going to be happening tomorrow, then the day after tomorrow, then we see where we go. But the Champions League is heating up, people, and Liverpool are at the top of their group. So it means, as a Liverpool fan, I'm happy. But we have been losing midfielders like crazy, man. Midfielders are getting injured. Like, now we see the danger of not replacing Jorginho Ronaldo. And I don't know. Is it a curse or something that Liverpool has, that every single time when we sell a player, we always find ourselves dealing with the same problem of the missing link of that player at that position. What am I talking about? Let me just give you a flashback. We saw the Deja Lovren in a particular season, and in that season, Virgil van Dijk got injured. Joe Gomez kept on getting injured and coming back. Matip was actually nowhere to be found. We ended up using players like Ozan Kabak and Nat Phillips, and that was last season. I thought my horror was over. Look at this season. We saw Gino Ronaldo just walked and they just went. We didn't replace him, and look what's happening with us now. We have got players who are getting injured. Keita out, Thiago Alcantara out, Fabinho out, Harvey Elliott out. We have got a lot of players who are out in this position, and I'm really afraid that we're going to be losing more, and we find ourselves using youngsters to play big people position. I thought we were done with suffering injuries, but it seems like it keeps continuing. And the worst part is that we literally have nothing to do to even fix this problem. It keeps happening, and we keep it letting go. So I don't know. I really don't know, but I'm really worried, But anyway, it's Champions League, people. Let me just show you what we should be preparing for and what's going to be happening in the Champions League. It's going to be exciting. So there is Miami versus Chelsea. Oh my God. Oh my God. Before I go anywhere far, how many people have been watching Chelsea football these days? I'll talk about that one on Wednesday. Trust me, I'll talk about that one on Wednesday because I've got a lot to say over about that one. Got a lot to say, I'm telling you. Okay, we have Wolfsburg playing against RB Salzburg. Oh, should I say Red Bull Salzburg? Oh, the Chelsea talk. I think I'll do it over the international break, when we are bored and we are looking for shows or topics to talk about. It's going to be exciting. We've got Villarreal versus Young Boys. We've got Juventus versus Zint. And we've got Bayern Munich versus Benfica. Sevilla versus Lille. Dinamo versus Barcelona. Atalanta versus Manchester United, Real Madrid versus Shakhtar Donetsk, and the AC Milan versus Porto, Sporting versus Basket, Borussia Dortmund versus Ajax, but I'm going too far now. I should have ended at Atalanta versus Manchester United. Those are the games that are being played tomorrow, with the bigger one for me. I don't know which one is your bigger one for Tuesday, but my bigger game for Tuesday is, of course, let me see if I didn't pass it. Why is it not there? Oh, it's actually Wednesday. I thought it was on Tuesday. I actually thought it was on Tuesday. So my bigger game for Tuesday only has to be Benfica versus Bayern, because they look like those are the teams that can give us a good competition of football. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. And I think I've said all that I need to say. It's time for me to get the show started so that we see what we are dealing with today. Let's get this show started. Hit it. Hello guys, welcome back to another video. This is the Football Connect, powered by Creative Design. That's why you saw that design. I'm just joking anyway, but there are the people who make all these things, who design the intro and stuff. So welcome back to another episode, which we are now calling episode 4 of a show that we've been running now for 4 weeks, apparently. For 4 weeks on the Football Connect. Is it 4 weeks? I can't believe it's 4 weeks. Wow, a full month. We have been running a show for an entire month, people. Usually we used to start shows and end them on the way. So we are on episode 4 of a show we are calling What the Hell Happened Last Week? This is where we go back, like from last week's episodes, look at some of the things we talked about on the Football Connect and some of the crazy top stories that we had to cover last week, and look at how those things are building up to today or this week. We look at what all those things we talked about last week helped to build up to the shows that we're actually covering right now. So it is an exciting show. I love it. I don't know about you. Let me know in the comment section. Do you love this one? So before we even waste any time, do me a favor, click that like button, and we are going to be talking about El Sakiko and what El Sakiko caused. Remember, El Sakiko happened last week, by the way, and now we're going to be talking about how it has hindered some crazy breaking news that we're dealing with this week. You see, it's really exciting. So over the new media world, last week we were just dealing with, I think we were at a point of trying to deal or accept that the things that we thought would never happen, it actually happened. Yeah, me being a Liverpool fan, it was still hard for me to believe that we actually beat Manchester United at Old Trafford by 5-0. And the people as well at Old Trafford could not believe that Liverpool has just embarrassed them. And to make matters worse, they had to deal with an idea of actually accepting that Ole was still at the wheel, going to the El Sakiko game that became interesting. By the way, the word El Sakiko came from the one and only expression. He came up with this thing and it became the big thing that the whole media world was talking about. In fact, I actually saw some of the mainstream medias starting to cover it. I thought it was just only a Twitter and YouTube thing, but no, it went above that. There were actually some media people who were actually talking about El Sakiko. That's how some people are so influential. They can say a thing and you can go crazy viral to that extent. It was exciting. It became so amazing building up to that Osaka game, knowing that those teams were coming from defeats. If I'm not mistaken, all of those teams were coming from defeats. Let me cross check Tottenham. I'm sure about United, they were coming from a 5-0 defeat from Liverpool. Why not cross check with Tottenham Hotspurs? Where were they coming from? So this is what happened. Oh, by the way, Wolves versus Everton game just began. We'll keep you updated with that one. I'll definitely keep you updated with that one. So that's it. Or that's exactly all, people. That's what we were all building up to. Let me see the Tottenham game, how it finished. Tottenham was playing against which team was Tottenham? Yeah, by the Hammers. They were beaten by 1-0. And I remember there was one of the shows that I did. I think it maybe was the build-up show on Wednesday. I remember I actually talked about how I was so convinced that United were going to be beaten by Tottenham until I saw the stats of how Tottenham played against Watford and how they were not available and the body languages of the players was going to have an impact on the Osaka game, and clearly it did. Watching the Saturday game, like the last game on Saturday, we literally saw that there was some crazy impact on how these guys had not changed from who they were and how it actually affected Tottenham Hotspurs, and it ended up creating what we are calling the big breaking news that I did show. I sent a video earlier in the today giving you the breaking news that Nuno Espírito Santos was sacked by Tottenham Hotspurs. But at the point when I was talking about this, there was no a clear view of where Tottenham were trying to head, but there were ideas on what or the options that they state or that they put to say that this is how they were going to be moving on. So before I go back to talk about more of what happened last week, I'm going to talk about the main story, what we're actually here to talk about. Nuno Espírito Santos being sacked and what Tottenham are doing about it. So today around 12 o'clock my time, 12 o'clock my time, we got the breaking news, the big breaking news that Nuno Espírito Santos was sacked by Tottenham Hotspurs. I literally knew that it was going to be sacked the day before, by the way, because I'd seen it in a there's this Twitter page that is called We Are Space. I think I'm sure I did. You can go check out the video that we did yesterday, the show we did yesterday. I literally put the page on the screen and people were able to read before it even happened, because I'd seen the thing. It was mentioned on the Football Terrace because I was watching Terrace. So I have to say thanks to Terry on that one. I was able to have an idea on what I was talking. When you're doing this content creating things, you need at least facts. You need to have a source of your information. So it became so easy to have that source. So the big up to Terry and the Football Terrace for that. And so that's what happened. We watched everything. So El Sakiko finished by 3-0. Manchester United dominated that game. Actually scored goals that we disallowed for offside. Tottenham did score 1 goal as well, but United should have won by 4-0. Cristiano Ronaldo scored 2. The other one was disallowed, but the other one was a goal, and he assisted as well. So it was definitely a good game for him. And I was really impressed by Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. After the way the defense was horribly embarrassed by both Leicester and Liverpool, he decided to come with an idea of a back three with Victor Lindelof, Maguire, and Rafa Varane being the back three, which actually worked for him. United looked better defensively than they did. And to even confirm that they were actually good, they had a clean sheet But anyway, it was inevitable. Playing with the Spurs that was not even interested in playing. I don't even know what they were doing in the ground. I remember yesterday I went crazy ball. I don't even want to go back. I remember I said some things that up to now I can't believe I said with the team that I don't even support. But I could feel the emotions in me running, wondering why these people were really burning or destroying this football game that we love the most, or this thing that we love so much that we can't even finish a day without even getting some news about our different teams. So that's what happened. And it was a good show yesterday. Trust me, I know it was. Now we're talking about what happened today. Nuno was sacked, and we were given also the green light that Conte was in London because they are talking decision time and things about to happen. So guess what? Conte is about to become Tottenham Hotspur's new manager. It's a matter of time, people. It is just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time. I want to hear from you guys. I saw expression. He was so excited that Nuno was sacked, but at the same time worried about who is taking over because we know Conte. Conte is not a guy for jokes. If you don't give him what you promise him, he'll literally walk away. We saw it with Inter Milan after they'd won the league and stuff. He literally carried his bag and walked and never looked back. And that was it. Now look where Inter Milan are at this moment. AC Milan and Napoli are about to go for the league, and they are number 4, 5, I think somewhere there. Imagine I showed you the league. I didn't even concentrate on that. You can go repeat to the first before the show actually started. You have an idea of what I'm talking about. So this is all that is happening. It looks like Levy at the end of the day has literally agreed to actually for and actually accept what Conte was asking for. I know it's crazy, but yeah, that's football. Sometimes when life gives you lemon, just gotta accept it and maybe try to make a lemonade out of it. And it looks like Levy, his back was really against the wall with the Tottenham fans that he had to actually make action to do a crazy move, which would prove to not only himself but to the fans of Tottenham Hotspur that he's actually interested in where the club is going. So bringing Antonio Conte, I think we can all agree it is the best move into the right direction. And I was listening to Terry earlier on today in the afternoon, and he was talking about how Conte football is actually about attack. He was doing that with Inter Milan, with the likes of Lukaku, and somehow that's what we are expecting to see this time. We are expecting to see Conte playing an attacking football. We are expecting to see him make because let's face it, guys, Tottenham Hotspur as a team, it's an attacking team rather than what we are always seeing. So I can't wait to see what's going to happen exactly. So I'm really excited about this, but now we're going to be visiting the news outlets that is giving us this information. Sorry, today my sources are all going to be on Twitter because that's where some of the biggest sources of information come from. So I'm going to be getting those information from Twitter. Then we see where we go from. Then, of course, they always put a source underneath. But the biggest source that we want to see is none other than Fabrizio Ramon. So let's get that on our way. So, like I'm saying, this was the news earlier on. Fabrizio Ramon saying to the world that it was done, that official Nuno Espírito Santo has been sacked by Tottenham board. It's over to the Portuguese manager after defeat with United. It was over with the Portuguese manager after the United defeat. The club can today announce that Nuno and his coaching staff who have they've been relieved of their duties. Hashtag Nuno is out. Hashtag Nuno is out. So we knew that it was over. Uh, Also, the other thing that I wanted to say, I think in terms of the big teams, Nuno has made history. The only first manager to be sacked from the big six just 4 months after getting the job, unless there's somebody who did something even usual crazier than that. Please let me know in the comment section. But yeah, that's where we are. That's what has happened. Anyway, we move on to the other news. So that was what was announced. Tottenham director Patria after sacking Nuno. I know how much Nuno and his coaching staff wanted to succeed, and I regret that we have had to take this decision. Nuno is a true gentleman, and we will always be. You will always be welcomed here. We should be like. We should like to take. What? We should like to thank him. What does that even mean? We would like to thank him, I think that's what he was trying to say, for what he has done in the past 4 months with Spurs. So, yeah, it was confirmed that he was gone. And as we continue reading, okay. Nuno Espírito Santo, okay, that we've read. Let me see. Nuno Espírito Santo Sacked, it was just a retweet for Fabrizio Ramon, retweeting what he has said earlier on. Then this news came out now. Tottenham are now pushing to convince Antonio Conte as new manager to replace Nuno. He will always be, he always been top of the list since June, where there was no agreement with Spurs board. Tottenham director Paretic is working to find an agreement with Conte as priority. So now it means that this is the next idea. They've seen that, okay, we had the idea, we thought we didn't need this man, but it looks like we can't really actually achieve anything without this man being involved in our team. So they've decided to make a decision which I think was the right one for them to actually go after this man, because I think they really do need him into Tottenham, and maybe it might produce something unique. I don't know. What are your thoughts? Tottenham board feels more than confident to convince Antonio Conte and appoint him as a new manager to replace Nuno. Talks progress right now with Conte's camp. He's asking an important plan for next transfer window and a long-term contract. Patrice is on it. Now let's talk about what Conte is demanding now. I love this because Conte always demand wherever he goes. He always demanded for something. So let me tell you what Conte is really demanding. I'm gonna confirm with you with the other Twitter thing that I'm gonna go on. What Conte was demanding is he wants to be given at least enough money to buy the right players he needs to build the best Tottenham Hotspurs he can build. Then on top of that, he wants contract, and he wants a time to actually work on creating this brand new project that is starting. And also, there was also some talks which were saying that he was trying by all means to push this deal to actually happen maybe in the international break, because on the international break he was hoping that at that point United would be done with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, then he gets the Ole job rather than to Tottenham Hotspur's job. But it looks like Tottenham are putting everything there. And also what we had also been told, which kind of like delayed the announcement of Nuno being sacked, even though we knew hours before that he was no longer the Tottenham manager. What delayed was they wanted to see if they can at least try to find an agreement if they offer what Conte demanded in June. And it looked like he was willing to agree to the contract if they were able to honor what he had asked for in June. And now it looks like he's now setting and making some further changes on what he needs so that he can create this Tottenham Hotspurs that he has an idea that he can create. What are your thoughts? What do you think is going to happen with Tottenham Hotspurs? And do you think Conte is the right man who can create the best out of Tottenham Hotspurs? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. It's always important, people. Let me move on to the news as we continue to read what was being said by our beloved journalist Fabrizio Ramon. So, okay, I'm going to the wrong thing now. Okay. The Guardian. Tottenham in talks with the Conte. Again, after Nuno was sacked, yeah, that was a long time ago. Antonio Conte is ready to accept Tottenham's proposal. Talks underway and understood to be on the final stages. Salary and long-term contract discussion, but he seems convinced to say yes. Negotiation to continue in the next few hours in order to complete the agreement. So it looks like this of all the things, it looks like there's actually a green light that this is going to happen. Maybe while I'm talking to actually be announced that it's a breaking news. You never know. Antonio Conte is expected in London as soon as in London soon to complete talks on a final detail with Tottenham. The deal is set to be in its final stages for Spurs manager after Nuno out was kind of like confirmed. Antonio is more than tempted to accept Tottenham job. He has already worked with Patricia at Juventus years ago. So that is also one of the things that helped to make this decision a reality. Antonio Conte worked with Patricia, this guy, the managing director of Tottenham, should I say, or the financial manager or something for Tottenham Hotspurs. So they have a relationship. They know how to work together, and somehow it helped to make the job move a little bit better or quicker. Conte is ready to accept Tottenham proposal. Talks underway and understood to be on its final stages. Salary and long-term contract discussion. It seems to be that's just a retweet. Fabrizio Ramon loves to retweet things. Before I go to the next thing that I'm gonna see on Fabrizio Ramon, I just wanna give you to remind you on what happened. So yesterday, no, the day before yesterday, it was on a Saturday. Barcelona played against. Which team was Barcelona playing against, by the way? Hey, bro. The team that we lost against. Which team were we playing against? Oh, Alaves, the one that we drew against. Barcelona were playing against Alaves, and we were excited because it was the first game that Sergio Aguero was started in the game. So it was excitement seeing the legend who came from City coming on and actually taking his place at Barcelona, and he was ready to perform. As much as we were excited, we were ready to see what was going to happen. Then somehow the guy just went down, collapsed. He had to be taken out. They actually brought something, but he was able to go out walking because he had this crazy tension that was pulling him a bit. Yeah, nobody understood what was going on, and we were really worried because he has been a big player. We've seen him, at Manchester United. He is their legend. He has done a lot. You worry when you see some of the best players you have just getting sick over things that doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense, but that led to this, and now somehow I think there is now news which can confirm what literally happened to Sergio Aguero. And let's go. I hope you're excited. Let's just go read it. It's not really about excitement. Let's just go read it, then we'll come back to continue with the continues. Okay, Fabrizio Ramon is saying Barcelona statement on Aguero. Barcelona has been subjected to a diagnostic and a therapeutic process by Dr. Boga. He is unavailable for selection, and during the next 3 months, the effectiveness of the treatment will be evaluated in order to determine his recovery process. There is something that happened with him. It means that he requires a specialist to deal with him to try to help him actually recover and be able to see if he can continue with football. That's where we are, people. It's really not something you like to hear, but that's where we are. I'm just hoping that he recovers well, and I'm hoping that he'll be back strong and ready to continue. I love this man. I've never been a Man City supporter, but I just respect the hard work, what he was able to do, the most things he's done. So I'm hoping that he recovers soon, and you guys can click the like button to show your support as well to our beloved Aguero. I'm joking anyway, people. So yeah, that was just something that I needed to talk about. We can go back to continue with our story on Conte, because that's what we have been talking about. So Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was asked about what he thought about Nuno being sacked. Remember that we're in the El Sakiko game, and he was asked how he felt about his other men being sacked about this. And this is what Ole Gunnar Solskjaer had to say. Criticism keeps me going to keep it coming. Criticism keeps me going, so keep it coming. it is people's job to give their opinion, and I'm not looking for a fight with anyone. What the Christ? Was that exactly what we were looking for? What the Christ? What the Christ? Why did I even read that? Oh, sorry, Football Connect family. I'm sorry. Just try to pretend that the last 5 seconds didn't happen. I'm walking away. I'm literally walking away. Tottenham are preparing the contract and paperwork to appoint Antonio Conte as new manager. Agreement are set to be signed until June 2023 once all details will be fixed. Antonio Conte is currently in London with his camp ready to meet with Fabio Paredes. Or should I say Paredes, sir? Okay, there is an update on Vinicius Junior who's saying something about how his contract is going to. Okay, Antonio Conte is waiting to sign a new contract. Tottenham manager, matter of final details, contract until 2023, and final discussion and whatever that's going to happen here is just a repetition of what they're saying here. So that's the last we got from Fabrizio Ramon was the Aguero issue. Let me just update his page to see if there's anything that has been said. Maybe we might actually give you a breaking news, but it does not look like there's any breaking news, people. That's where we are. So now I'm done reading on Fabrizio. Now I'm gonna tell you my excitement why I really wanted this deal to happen. Why I want this deal to happen. Antonio Conte has two options: either go to Manchester United or Tottenham Hotspurs, whoever comes first. And as we look at incidents at the moment, United have not yet made that decision, you understand? So, in other words, that just leaves with Tottenham Hotspurs, who have already sacking Nuno as their decision to prove to Conte that they're seriously beating and after him. So, yeah, this is what makes things exciting. Tottenham Hotspurs, I know they don't really have the big team, but there is an opportunity to actually develop from the good team that they already have already. My eye looks so red today. Have you noticed? This one looks so crazy red. I hope I'm okay. On top of that, if Conte signs for Tottenham Hotspurs, it does not go to United. Then United will go after everyone. We know Zidane is not interested in going to United. So it means that Oli remains at the wheel. And you know what a blessing it is to have Oli at the wheel. It is a blessing, people. To those who don't know, it's a crazy blessing. I won't go further into this, but it is just a reminder to the world why it's exciting that if Tottenham signs, this will have a crazy impact on Manchester United. I believe that. I 100% believe that. Now, let me give you the details that we are expecting to see them happening after it is a done deal, after we get the breaking news that is a done deal. So Daniel Levy has now agreed to Antonio Conte's budget request, agreeing to spend around 100 million euro in January. Source Sikameto. I have no idea how you pronounce that. So Sikameto is giving us an information that Daniel Levy had to bend the knee, man. He had to bend the knee. Game of Thrones thing. Game of Thrones type. He had to bend the knee to Antonio Conte to accept that will give him the 100 million he wants only in January, so that he gets the types of players he wants. Then we see how much he can work with those players going further. So yeah, Conte is really convincing, and he has got him. Tottenham's players have now been told to prepare for the fact that Antonio Conte could take training tomorrow. Wow. That's Martin Lowe who gave that information. Tottenham have offered Antonio Conte an 18-month contract, according to Sky Italy. You know, Sky Italy at this moment seems like they are really the best source to check when it comes to some Italian people, because they're giving us good information. Antonio Conte will earn around 20 million pounds in this 18-month contract. We at Tottenham Hotspurs, the official announcement will likely be tomorrow than tonight, according to Matt Lowe. So if we are expecting for the contract to hear the announcement, it won't happen until maybe early in the morning, especially so that Conte will take the training tomorrow. Yeah, that's what's going to happen. Remember, they have to prepare for the Europa Conference Cup, whatever that thing is. Anyway, that's the information that I wanted to give you people concerning Conte. We are done with Conte. We are literally done. I can confirm to you, El Sakiko's results have been seen. Nuno got sacked, so El Sakiko was not really a total worst. And the expression can now take it easy and don't be angry. And the boss too can actually start smiling now because they're gonna see a happy expression more often than a crazy angry expression. I'm joking, man. I just love the man. That's why I keep talking about him sometimes. Anyway, so what the hell happened this week on the Football Connect? You may wonder. Now I'm gonna give you the information. So we actually talked about Ole still the manager of Manchester United. I literally thought Ole was gonna be sacked, but he wasn't. So I was really confused on the first show that we did that he was still the manager. That was on Tuesday now. We were talking about how he was still the manager. It was a crazy thing. Then that was Tuesday. Right? Wednesday, that's when we did the Premier League Week 10 build-up show where we were talking about Cristiano Ronaldo and Harry Kane, the game, the Osakiko game, preparing for it. Then it didn't come as a surprise because there were some games that were played in the midweek. Ronald Koeman was sacked as Barcelona manager. It was crazy. We talked about that one as well, and it was amazing to see. Then I did my combined 11. You can check it, it's there. I did a combined 11, and there were more United players than Tottenham Hotspurs. And it looked like my combined 11 actually worked because the more players that are in my combined 11, that team always win. And guess what? United won with a crazy angle that Cristiano Ronaldo scored. I still talk about that one. In the Champions League, we talked about Atletico Madrid coming in. Now, I have to say to those people who are going to repeat and go watch the Champions League show that I did, building up to the games that are going to be played tomorrow on Wednesday, I was still gassed with the United game, so there was a high confidence. I had not yet watched the Burnley game. So things may happen. I never know, but I'm not losing my hope on my team. I'm a Liverpool fan until I die. So yeah, things can happen, but just before things just because things may happen, but just be prepared for anything, people. Okay, as we continue. We talked about the Carabao fixtures which were announced, and I remember I'll go. I think I literally have to go play this video to see what was happening. So the Carabao fixtures, you can check it by the this video is there on the Football Connect currently as we speak. So the Carabao fixtures are standing like this. Liverpool are going to face Leicester. Brentford are facing Chelsea. West Ham are playing Tottenham Hotspurs. Arsenal are going to play Sunderland, and then we're gonna be played on December, if I'm not mistaken. That's where they said they're going to be played December. So you can go check it out. And there are some things that I said on the video. It's just a 2-minute video, so it will never bother you. Just go check it out and you tell me what are your thoughts in the comment section there. Then on Saturday, we had the weekend warm-up, the first episode of the new show, the weekend warm-up. I can't wait to reach 4 weeks like I just did with what the hell is what happened last week. That's what we talked about. Then yesterday we were talking about Nuno about to be sacked, and today we talked about Conte being the new manager, and now we're here. That's exactly what the hell happened last week. I hope you had an amazing last week, and I hope that we still give you some big breaking news on what the hell happened last week. So there is this thing that I'm adding into this show. I still want to make this show as attractive as it can. This is what I'm trying to add on to the show, which I think is going to be very important. What was the most hot topic that Sam covered last week? I want to see people who are watching. Let me know in the comment section what was the most hot topic. Let me say the hot thing that Sam kept reminding the world, not talking about the breaking news that were happening all over the world, because of course the whole world knew that, but what was the thing that I kept advising people to go check it out the most this last week? I know I have it. I'll give you the answer next week on the what the hell is happening show of this week, and we'll see what happened as well. So also prepare for those key things. I want to see how people are able to catch up. They're just not watching the shows for excitement, but they're actually getting something over what I'm preparing for you every single time, people. So let me know in the comment section, what did Sam say last week, which he kept repeatedly saying, just to, as an advice to the world, the football world fan base. Let me know in the comment section. So that is my main question of the stream. In fact, I'm actually gonna put it on the comment section. Let me just do it before I go. I want you guys to give me an answer to that one. I said, what did Sam say? Repeatedly told I remember I kept saying you should check this thing out. And I kept telling people you have to stop sleeping on this, just check it out. So I repeatedly kept on saying it. So this is it. I put it there and I'm gonna pin it. I'm gonna pin it so everyone, whenever you're watching this on a repeat, you can actually see that comment. What did I kept repeatedly advising you guys to say? Check it out. I want to hear your answers. Let me know your answers so that yeah, we can see if you're actually paying attention as Football Connect fan base. I would love to hear your thoughts on that one. But anyway, guys, that was it. This was the last what the hell happened last week. Osakiko gave us the best game ever, and we were excited. We really did enjoy the game, and I can't wait for the new things we will get this week. Thank you very much for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this show, do me a favor, click that like button and subscribe to the Football Connect. The Football Connect will be going off now. So this is the question. What did oh my god, what did Sam? Let me fix that. Can I think I can fix that. What did Sam, not what did say? That sounds weird now. Can I can't. Okay, what did Sam, to those people who are going to be watching, what did Sam, I'll write it down as well in the comment section, which is not the live stream as well. What did Sam kept telling the world to actually not sleep on and just go check it out? You'll be surprised what happened. I want to hear your thoughts. I want to hear the answer. I'm excited. I'll keep putting some crazy things. I'm also going to repeat some things on a daily to see if there are people who are paying attention. That would be amazing to see. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Don't forget to click that like button, subscribe to the Football Connect. That is the best way you support us on the Football Connect. But thank you all in all. It has been amazing to be with you. Sakiko, Nuno's out. We are about to find the next chapter of Tottenham Hotspurs with Antonio Conte. What's going to happen? Maybe Harry Kane might actually want to stay at Tottenham Hotspurs if Conte does deliver what they're expecting him to deliver. I'm out, people. See you tomorrow. Goodbye. So yesterday, this thing refused to play and somehow feels like it's repeating the same thing. Wow. It's literally refusing. So I'm going to go with the TikTok thing.